The 1970s was a transformative decade for automotive performance. While American muscle cars faced strict emissions regulations and fuel economy standards, Japanese manufacturers saw an opportunity. They began engineering high-performance machines that would challenge everything the world thought it knew about sports cars. These weren't just economical commuter cars anymore. These were purpose-built performance machines with advanced technology, impressive power outputs, and handling dynamics that rivaled European sports cars at a fraction of the cost. Today, we're exploring the 9 fastest Japanese muscle cars from the 1970s. These are the vehicles that established Japan's reputation for building world-class performance cars, and many have become highly sought-after collectibles worth substantial money today. Number 9. Mazda RX-3, 1971 to 1978. The RX-3 was equipped with Mazda's 12A rotary engine, a twin-rotor unit with a displacement of 1.2 liters. In standard configuration, it produced 110 horsepower at 7,000 RPM and 103 pound-foot of torque at 3,500 RPM. The engine could rev smoothly to 7,000 RPM and weighed approximately 220 pounds. With a curb weight of just 2,100 pounds, the RX-3 achieved a 0 to 60 time of approximately 9.8 seconds and reached a top speed of 115 miles per hour. The power-to-weight ratio gave it acceleration that surprised much larger engined competitors. The car featured MacPherson-Struck front suspension, a live rear axle with trailing arms, and front disc brakes. The 5-speed manual transmission was standard on performance models. The RX-3 achieved significant racing success, particularly in touring car competition. It won the 1977 Spa 24 Hours race in Belgium, defeating Porsche and BMW entries. This victory demonstrated that rotary technology could compete at the highest levels of motorsport. Number 8. Mitsubishi Galant GTO, 1970 to 1977. The Galant GTO was powered by Mitsubishi's Saturn VI engine, a 2.0-liter inline-six producing 125 horsepower in its MR specification. Later models utilized the Astron 80 engine, a 1.85-liter unit with twin carburetors generating 130 horsepower at 6,000 RPM. The car weighed approximately 2,400 pounds and could accelerate from 0 to 60 in about 9.5 seconds with a top speed of 118 miles per hour. These figures made it competitive with European sports sedans of the period. The GTO featured a 5-speed manual transmission, independent front suspension with MacPherson struts, a live rear axle, and front disc brakes. The sport-tuned suspension provided handling characteristics superior to standard sedan offerings. An interesting aspect of this vehicle is its nameplate. Mitsubishi chose GTO as a direct reference to performance credentials, similar to the legendary Pontiac GTO. Number 7. Toyota Celica GT, 1970 to 1977. The Celica GT utilized Toyota's 2-liter 18RG inline-4 engine, featuring dual overhead camshafts and producing 130 horsepower at 6,400 RPM and 130 pound-foot of torque at 5,200 RPM. The engine's redline was 7,000 RPM, and it featured a sophisticated valve train design for the era. With a curb weight of approximately 2,400 pounds, the Celica GT achieved 0 to 60 acceleration in 8.9 seconds and a top speed of 120 miles per hour. The 5-speed manual transmission provided well-spaced gear ratios for both acceleration and highway cruising. The chassis featured independent front suspension with MacPherson struts, a live rear axle with coil springs and trailing arms, and 4-wheel disc brakes on higher specification models. The suspension tuning emphasized a balance between comfort and sporting performance. Toyota positioned the Celica as Japan's answer to the Ford Mustang, creating an affordable sports coupe with distinctive styling. The design featured a long hood, short rear deck, and fastback roofline that gave it an aggressive stance. Number 6. Datsun 240Z 1969 to 1973. The 240Z was powered by Nissan's L24 engine, a 2.4-liter inline-six producing 151 horsepower at 5,600 RPM and 146 pound-foot of torque at 4,400 RPM. The engine featured a single overhead camshaft, 7 main bearings, and dual side draft carburetors. Weighing approximately 2,350 pounds, the 240Z could accelerate from 0 to 60 in 8.0 seconds and achieve a top speed of 125 miles per hour. These performance figures were comparable to the Porsche 911 of the same era, yet the 240Z cost significantly less. The chassis design incorporated independent suspension at all 4 corners, with McPherson struts at the front and Chapman struts at the rear. Front disc brakes were standard, and the weight distribution was nearly perfect at 50-50 front to rear. The 240Z achieved remarkable commercial success. It won Motor Trend's Import Car of the Year award in 1971 and became the best-selling sports car of the 1970s, with production exceeding 150,000 units during its initial run. Number 5. Mazda RX-4 Cosmo AP 1972 to 1977. The RX-4 utilized Mazda's 13B rotary engine, a twin-rotor design with a displacement of 1.3 liters. Standard models produced 130 horsepower, while the Cosmo AP specification increased output to 135 horsepower through improved intake and exhaust systems. The engine generated maximum power at 7,000 RPM. The car weighed approximately 2,500 pounds and could accelerate from 0 to 60 in 8.4 seconds, reaching a top speed of 125 miles per hour. The rotary engine delivered power smoothly across its rev range, providing a distinct driving character compared to conventional piston engines. The RX-4 featured independent front suspension, a live rear axle with a 4-link setup, front disc brakes, and an optional limited-slip differential. The chassis was more refined than the smaller RX-3, offering improved ride quality while maintaining sporting capabilities. Mazda positioned the RX-4 as a sports sedan, combining 4-seat practicality with genuine performance. Number 4. Nissan Fairlady Z432, 1969 to 1971. The Z432 was powered by the S20 engine, a 2.0-liter inline-six featuring dual overhead camshafts, 24 valves, and 3 Weber side draft carburetors. This engine produced 160 horsepower at 7,000 RPM and 130 pound-foot of torque at 5,600 RPM. The red line was 8,000 RPM. The designation 432 referred to the engine's technical specifications: 4 valves per cylinder, 3 carburetors, and 2 overhead camshafts. This level of sophistication was exceptional for a production car in 1969. Weighing approximately 2,300 pounds, the Z432 achieved 0 to 60 acceleration in roughly 8.0 seconds and a top speed of 130 miles per hour. However, the car's true capability was in its handling and high RPM performance. The Z432 featured a close-ratio 5-speed manual transmission, limited-slip differential, upgraded suspension components, and larger brakes compared to the standard 240Z. These enhancements were designed to support motorsport activities. Number 3. Nissan Skyline 20,000 GTX 1972 to 1977. The GTX was powered by Nissan's L20E engine, a 2.0-liter inline-six featuring Bosch L-Jetronic electronic fuel injection. This system was cutting-edge technology for 1972, providing precise fuel delivery and improved throttle response. The engine produced 130 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 123 pound-foot of torque at 4,400 RPM. With a curb weight of approximately 2,550 pounds, the GTX could accelerate from 0 to 60 in 8.2 seconds and reach a top speed of 125 miles per hour. The electronic fuel injection contributed to more consistent performance compared to carbureted engines. The chassis featured independent rear suspension using semi-trailing arms, a significant advancement over the live rear axles found in most competitors. The car also included four-wheel disc brakes and a 5-speed manual transmission. This suspension design provided superior handling and ride quality. Number 2. Mazda RX-7 Savana, 1978-1980. The RX-7 was equipped with the 13B rotary engine, producing 100 horsepower in US specification or 130 horsepower in Japanese domestic market form. The engine displaced 1.3 liters, weighed approximately 230 pounds, and could rev to 7,000 RPM with exceptional smoothness. The car's curb weight was approximately 2,300 pounds, and the near-perfect 50-50 weight distribution contributed to exceptional handling characteristics. The RX-7 could accelerate from 0 to 60 in 7.8 seconds and achieve a top speed of 125 miles per hour. The chassis design incorporated independent front suspension with McPherson struts, a live rear axle with a well-designed 4-link system and Watts linkage, and 4-wheel disc brakes. An optional limited-slip differential was available for enhanced traction. The RX-7 steering was precise and communicative, and the balanced chassis allowed drivers to use all available performance with confidence. Number 1. Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR, 1969 to 1972. The KPGC10 GTR was powered by the S20 engine, a 2.0-liter inline-six featuring dual overhead camshafts, 24 valves operated by individual rocker arms, and 3 Weber side draft carburetors. The engine produced 160 horsepower at 7,000 RPM and 130 pound-foot of torque at 5,600 RPM, with a red line of 8,000 RPM. The S20 engine incorporated technology derived from Nissan's racing program, including individual throttle bodies for each cylinder pair and a racing-inspired oiling system. These features were exceptional for a production vehicle in 1969. With a curb weight of approximately 2,300 pounds, the KPGC10 could accelerate from 0 to 60 in 8.0 seconds and reach a top speed of 125 miles per hour.